The deadly helicopter crash landing right on top of a building in New York City. The helicopter going up in flames, the panic inside the high-rise. Firefighters racing to the scene. It's believed the one person killed was the pilot in that chopper. And tonight, here's so many questions amid blinding rain and fog. Why was that helicopter in the air? Why was the chopper in restricted airspace not far from Trump Tower? What we're learning tonight about the pilot, we are live on the scene. The Red Sox legend shot from behind in the Dominican Republic, the bullet going right through him, hitting someone else, too. Tonight, David Ortiz, Big Papi, is being flown to Boston for emergency medical treatment. Witnesses beating one suspect. New reporting tonight on the deadly crane collapse in Dallas. 70-mile-per-hour winds. The crane crashing through a building into apartment buildings as severe storms strike. A husband critically wounded in the apartment that couple had just moved into. Heavy rain and dangerous driving from Raleigh up through Washington, D.C., New York, and Boston. Ginger Z with the track tonight and the deadly lightning strike. The motorcycle rider killed. Another possible shark attack tonight, this time a teenage boy in North Carolina. Just a week after a girl was attacked there, her father saving her. The earthquake in Ohio, the images coming in tonight. And sleeping and your weight. Scientists tonight on how falling asleep with the TV on can affect your weight.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us to start another week here. And we begin tonight with the harrowing scene playing out this afternoon in New York City. That deadly helicopter crash, the chopper slamming down on top of a building right in the middle of Manhattan. The FAA calling it a crash landing, the chopper erupting into flames at the top of a 54-story building. You could see the smoke there rising from the building. Firefighters had to put the fire out more than 700 feet up in the air. It all happened in the middle of a windswept rain, the tops of many of the buildings here in New York vanishing in the fog. Workers inside the building telling me while we were on the air that they heard the whizzing of that chopper and then the impact shaking the building. And tonight, this image, after firefighters put out the flames, how little of the chopper was left. New York City's mayor saying there's no evidence this was an act of terror tonight, but there are many questions. ABC's Gio Benitez is on the scene tonight.
Tonight, panic in New York City. Police and firefighters mobilizing on the ground, encircling the 54-story skyscraper.
737 7th Avenue. Reports crash onto the roof with fire on the roof.
While in a building nearby, a man trains his camera on the plume of smoke billowing off the roof.
There was a significant flame coming off the top of the building. Right before that, I had heard what sounded like a helicopter.
Workers inside the tower describing the moment of impact. Shauna Farrell was on the 36th floor in the middle of a meeting.
We heard a loud whizzing sound of a motor, and then we heard a crash and actually felt the crash as well. We looked out the window, we saw a bunch of smoke and debris, and then we just all ran. We ran down 36 flights as soon as we could.
And keep in mind, she was on 36. She believes there are 50-some-odd floors of that building. And so to feel it that far down the building gives you an idea, perhaps, of the impact of this helicopter making that hard landing.
Nathan Hutton was on the 29th floor.
Only way I can describe it is like someone standing next to you and they give you a hard shove. And then you kind of like, whoa, what's that? Then 1, 2, 3 seconds afterwards, like you hear a sound, it sounds like fireworks going off from a distance.
He describes a harrowing evacuation.
You have 30 or 40 floors of people that are all getting out
Taking the stairs
at the same time. As soon as we got in the lobby, there are police and firefighters there. Everybody out, 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 out. Now it's time to run.
These images show the wreckage on the rooftop. Firefighters shot water 700 feet to extinguish the blaze. The chopper completely obliterated.
We had a very strange and a very troubling incident this afternoon here in Manhattan. Helicopter crashed into a building here.
The pilot, identified tonight as Tim McCormick, killed. He was the only one aboard the aircraft. Authorities say no signs point to terrorism, but many questions remain. The chopper was bound for New Jersey and took off at 1:32 p.m. from the 34th Street heliport on the East River, flying over Manhattan. It was in the air for 11 minutes before crashing onto the building, about half a mile from Trump Tower.
Yeah, there's a TFR there. That's a temporary flight restriction, and we're checking into that now too.
And to be clear, just to finish this, that To go into that area, a helicopter would need the approval of LaGuardia Tower, and we need to find out if that happened or not here. We do not know at this point.
This video shows a helicopter flying erratically over the East River this afternoon. Authorities were unable to confirm definitively that it was the doomed flight, and they couldn't explain why a chopper was flying at all on this rainy day with so much dense fog.
Commissioner, why was that helicopter in the air in weather like this?
Not sure. That's part of the investigation.
There was no helipad on the roof of this building. They were banned in Manhattan after a chopper crashed onto the Pan Am building in 1977. Authorities at the time hoping to avoid disasters like the one today, which could have been worse.
There were no other injuries that we know of at this point in time to anyone in the building or on the ground. And I want to just say, thank God for that. This could have been a much worse incident.
No question about that. Gio Benitez with us live from Midtown Manhattan tonight. And Gio, you're learning more about the pilot at this hour?
That's right, David. We're told that he was well regarded, very experienced, that something must have gone horribly wrong for something like this to happen, whether that was mechanical or with the weather. And you can just see all of this fog behind me. David, it has been like this all day long.
Gio Benitez leading us off tonight. Gio, thank you. I want to get right to retired Marine Colonel Stephen Ganyard, a pilot himself. And Steve, many people are likely surprised to learn in Gio's report there that there are corridors of self-reporting here in New York where pilots can fly here in Manhattan without air traffic control knowing.
That's right, David. It's see and avoid. No radar contact, no talking to air traffic control. But these two pilots do have the responsibility to stay clear of clouds. Some of the videos we saw today showed this helicopter flying right along the bases of those clouds, in and out of those clouds. So given how nasty the weather was in New York today, I'm quite sure that weather played a role in creating this mishap.
All right, Colonel Ganyard with us as well, and with us all afternoon long. Steve, thank you. The other major story tonight, Red Sox legend David Ortiz is being flown to Boston right now for emergency medical treatment after being shot in the Dominican Republic. The former Boston Red Sox slugger known as Big Papi was shot at a club from behind. Surveillance, and it is graphic, shows the moment he was shot and slumps to the ground. Tonight, we are learning his injuries are worse than first thought, and ABC's Victor Oquendo from the Dominican Republic.
Tonight, baseball legend David Ortiz is being rushed back to Boston, the Red Sox chartering an air ambulance just hours after this shocking attack captured on surveillance video at a Santo Domingo nightclub. A gunman approaching Ortiz from behind, shooting him once in the back, the bullet exiting through his abdomen, then hitting the person he was with in the leg. The crowd scattering as Ortiz slumps to the ground. One suspect, 25-year-old Eddie Garcia, arrested near the scene after witnesses captured and beat him. Authorities believe another suspect may still be at large. Ortiz rushed to the hospital for surgery, reportedly telling doctors, "Don't let me die, I'm a good man." With anxious family and friends gathering, his father reassuring reporters. Big Papi will be around for a long time. Ortiz is a beloved figure in Boston, winning 3 World Series with the Red Sox, named MVP in 2 of them. Tonight, figures from the sports world and beyond sending wishes to Ortiz. Fellow Boston legend Tom Brady tweeting, "Papi defines Boston strong. Get well soon, my friend." And former President Barack Obama writing that Ortiz's spirit and resolve helped us all begin to heal from the Boston Marathon bombing. Get well soon, Papi.
All right, Boston.
Perhaps his most moving moment, that emotional speech at Fenway Park just days after the 2013 marathon bombings.
This is our city. And nobody gonna dictate our freedom.
We all remember that moment. Victor Oquendo live in Santo Domingo tonight, where Ortiz has just left to be flown to Boston. And Victor, authorities are saying the suspect in custody has confessed to being involved.
That's right, David, but it's unclear if he shot David Ortiz or if he was an accomplice in the attack. Police say that he was just too incoherent during questioning to make his role clear. David?
Victor, thank you. And we have new reporting tonight on that deadly crane collapse in Dallas. 71-mile-an-hour winds toppling it over, the crane slicing through several floors of this apartment building and through several levels of a parking garage, tossing cars like toys. One woman was killed inside her apartment. Another man is in critical condition in a top-floor apartment his family had just moved into. ABC's Clayton Sandell is in Dallas tonight.
Tonight, investigators want to know why this crane came crashing down, turning a Sunday afternoon into Armageddon.
It's absolute chaos. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now.
Dallas firefighters rushed victims to safety, the crane slicing through multiple floors of apartments and a parking garage, toppled in a storm, packing winds up to 71 miles per hour.
Oh my God, the crane is falling over. Oh my God.
The impact killing 29-year-old Kirsten Smith. 5 others were injured.
Sounded like just the gnarliest crack of thunder you've ever heard.
The storm's also bringing tornado damage in Texas and flooding in North Carolina and Tennessee, where a 2-year-old boy was swept away and killed. In Dallas today, displaced apartment residents were allowed in to grab a few essentials. Yesenia Vasquez wrote on Facebook that her husband Jay was home asleep when the crane destroyed their apartment. Rescuers found him injured, but still holding their dog, Joey.
And Clayton Sandell with us live tonight from the scene of that collapse. And Clayton, I know you and the team have been looking into the safety record of the crane company.
That's right, David. We found that this company has had 17 federal safety violations since 2013, some of them serious. Now, the company did not respond to us today, but have said they are cooperating. Now, while officials say that weather was certainly a factor in what happened here behind me, they say that determining the exact cause could take up to 6 months. David?
Clayton, thank you. And as Clayton points out there, the weather was a major factor in Dallas, of course. And tonight we're now watching heavy rain and likely dangerous driving ahead from Raleigh up through D.C., New York, and Boston, all in the forecast. Flooding in Gaston County, North Carolina, causing high water rescues in the last 24 hours. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Zee tonight. She's tracking it all, of course. Hey, Ginger.
David, right behind me, you usually see the George Washington Bridge so clearly. Not tonight. That's one of our major issues. More than 1,100 delays in New York alone, thanks to the weather. Now watch, it's from North Carolina where you have those flash flood watches, right through Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware, that tonight through tomorrow, all along I-95, if you have plans to drive through early tomorrow morning, especially in Boston, say Connecticut or Rhode Island, watch for those pockets of heavy rain. Then we dry out all throughout the day tomorrow. Dry is not something you want to be talking about when you're seeing all the fires pop up on the West Coast, though, with the excessive heat warning stretching from Oregon down to Arizona. We've already seen records break today. San Francisco, Monterey. We will certainly see more tomorrow and even Wednesday, David. All
right, Ginger, thank you. And you heard Ginger there mention that heat in the West. We continue to watch those wildfires. Evacuations at Six Flags Magic Mountain Amusement Park near Los Angeles from a wildfire nearby. And in Arizona, crews battling the Woodbury fire, still 0% contained at this hour. Officials have confirmed that fire was human-caused. Tonight, President Trump is defending his deal with Mexico as a great success after claims much of what was agreed to had already been in the works for some time. ABC's chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl.
President Trump insists his threat to impose tariffs won big concessions from Mexico to stop the flow of migrants across the U.S.-Mexican border.
This is something the U.S. has been trying to get for over 20 years with Mexico. They've never been able to do it. As soon as I put tariffs on the table, it was done. It took 2 days.
But the program seems to be made up of measures Mexico actually agreed to months ago, including a plan to keep migrants waiting in Mexico while their applications for asylum in the U.S. are processed. Although U.S. officials say that plan has been greatly expanded. The president says there is more and that it will soon be announced.
We purposely said we wouldn't mention it for a little while. It's going to be brought up because it has to be brought by their legislative body. It's got to be taken to a vote.
But the Mexican foreign minister says there is no secret agreement beyond what's already been made public.
Al mayor detalle posible.
Late today, the president was asked directly about that contradiction.
Why are the Mexicans denying it then?
I don't think they'll be denying it very long. It's all done.
John Karl with us live at the White House tonight. And John, President Trump is still threatening to use tariffs in the future if he doesn't see a change at the border.
He sure is. U.S. officials say that the key question here, the bottom line question, is whether Mexico's actions reduce the flow of migrants across the U.S. border. They say they will monitor the numbers, and if the number crossing the border illegally does not significantly go down over the next 45 to 90 days, the tariffs are very much back on the table, David.
John Karl starting another week at the White House. John, thank you. Also from Washington tonight to what appears to be a small breakthrough in a weeks-long standoff between the Justice Department and House Democrats over documents from the Mueller report. The DOJ and Attorney General William Barr have agreed to hand over certain documents related to the obstruction investigation by Mueller. In exchange, the House Judiciary Committee has put off plans to hold Barr in contempt, at least for now. And the measles outbreak hitting an alarming new milestone tonight, the number of cases topping 1,000 now. The CDC now reporting 1,022 confirmed cases this year across 28 states, spreading now to Idaho and Virginia. That's the most cases in more than a quarter century since 1992, and since measles was declared eliminated in the U.S., that was in 2000. There is still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Monday. Another possible shark attack.